to write at the last meeting.
I think it's gonna be a lot today. We only have got the one thing on the agenda.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
coordination in the
agenda.
front and the back. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, being that it is about 5 minutes past 7, it's December 5th. We're going to open the meeting of the Finance Committee. Before we get started on the one item that is on the agenda tonight, why don't we go through and do the minutes? We'll do some housekeeping things and then we'll get into the one item that's on the agenda, which is assigning a Finance Committee member to the Town Manager Search Committee. So let's see, we've got meetings from November 14th and November 28th.
Make a motion.
Go ahead.
Make a
Not
motion.
everybody can do both of them, so.
Make
Go
a
ahead.
motion to approve September 14th. No, I mean November 14th.
Thank you, November 14th.
Second?
Everybody who's here can do that, including Tom. All those in favor? Okay, we're good.
And make a
Anyone,
motion.
Tom, are you good with those?
Oh, I
Oh.
thought I wasn't at that.
I think you were at the 14th. You're
Oh,
on
I'm
here.
sorry.
Okay, so are you all in favor? Okay.
Yeah.
That's unanimous, that's approved. Thank you.
And I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes of November 28th.
Second?
And all those, Cindy and Tom and Sean cannot, so all those in favor? Okay, so those are all approved. Thank you, Deb, for writing those. Thank you guys for going with that. Are there any liaison reports? Anything like that? Anybody? No? Yeah?
Reached out to Peter and Felicia from the school, so I'll be meeting with them. I don't know if it'll be before Christmas or right after to talk about the, I guess the contract has been approved
Oh, good.
and how that's gonna impact current and future budgets and things, so.
Awesome.
We got
So,
a date, we're working on the date.
so you're working on a date for you guys to meet?
Yeah.
And then, when do we normally do our meeting with them on Saturdays?
I think is it February?
February.
March?
Still winter, okay, so we've got some time
We got
between
time
now
for
and
that,
then.
yeah.
So you'll talk about try to find out some stuff about their union contract negotiations that have been approved and finalized.
That's what I've heard.
That's what I've heard, though, I've not seen anything.
I've not either, but.
Okay, and then maybe, you might wanna ask them also, which I know you already know, is about getting a tour of the
Mhm.
schools.
That's right, we're gonna do.
School tour. And their, contracts and how that impacts their budgets. Okay, thanks, Cindy. Anything else on that? Nope. Anything else on any other liaison reports? Nope, nope, nope. What I wanted to bring up was, you guys got the email about, well, first of all, I'll say the good stuff about the tax rate being approved. I'm going into my email here. Did you guys all see that?
Mhm.
All right, so for those who are listening, the tax rate has been approved, and so therefore tax bills can be sent out by the deadline, which is the end of the year. So so we're all set there. That's great. Good. Thank you to all those who worked in the town hall about getting that information out to and put together in time. We also got an email from the town manager with regard to the recent governor's 9C cut announcements. Deb, you got a copy of that, didn't you? Okay, and that, basically what's going on there, I'm just gonna read, it says, the governor will be announcing 9C cuts of 1% to unrestricted local aid today. This was yesterday. The town's unrestricted local aid number is $1,663,872. Cutting 1% of that number is $16,638.72. I have asked the town accountant to identify surplus budget funds to reduce by $16,638.72. I'm awaiting additional news from MMA. I will forward that along as it becomes available to me. I followed up today to that distribution list and asked, I'm assuming that maybe our next meeting will probably be around January 9th. Today is December 5th, but with the holidays coming and everything, I'm thinking by January 9th, which is the second Wednesday in January, I've asked if we can get a status update as to what budgets maybe are running a surplus, what kind of changes have been made to any budget line items between when the budget went into effect July 1st and current, so that we could see, what budgets are over, under, where we are to stand, and also an update on things like expected revenue, income, that type of thing, so we can see sort of a midway point where we stand. For those who are wondering what 9C cuts are, 9C cuts are the governor can, given the financial outlook for the state, probably also with the funding cliff, the federal funding cliff, there apparently seems to be a state funding cliff as well. So it seems that he is saying that he's going to be cutting midway through the year the existing budget. That's what basically 9C cuts are. So since he's cutting unrestricted local aid, that means the amount of money that we expected to be getting from the state is being cut by 1%, and therefore since we have expected to receive that amount and put that into our budget, we would have to have an equal reduction in our town budget somewhere along the line. So that's where that 16,600 and whatever is. So we'll have a better idea on how that's going to impact us when we talk to the town manager and the accountant on July 9th. And again, those are cuts to the existing budget. Come January, we'll start working on the budget for 2014, but the 9C cuts are the midway cuts, adjustments to budgets that have to be done for the current fiscal year. So far, so good? Yes?
That's good.
I think if there's anything else that I received recently on emails. I don't really think so. I think that's everything, all the updates so far. Okay, so having said that, the item on the agenda for tonight is the Town Manager Search Committee. The Board of Selectmen have a Town Manager Search Committee, and since the Board of Selectmen's decision to not extend the current Town Manager's contract for the next 3 years, that contract is up sometime in April. So between now and hopefully April, we will be working, the Board of Selectmen, the Finance Committee, the School Committee, an at-large member, and the Town Moderator make up a 5-member Town Manager Search Committee. The position of Town Manager gets advertised. It's expected that we will get resumes. We'll sort through the resumes. This group of 5 will be in charge of going through those resumes, having meetings, and ultimately having interviews for that position, and ultimately coming to a recommendation for the Board of Selectmen, who then appoint a town manager. I think that's how it goes, right?
Yeah,
Everybody? I think it's pretty. So having said that, we, the Finance Committee, have got to provide a member. At our last meeting, which wasn't particularly well attended, we did have 3 people who had offered to fill that position. Right now, let me throw it out. The three that were interested were Rick Franey and Stephanie Eastwick, and also Chad Lovett. So is there anyone else that wants to consider being on that board, on that committee? No? Okay. Do the 3 who have already thrown their hats in the ring, are you guys still interested?
Yes.
Yes? Yes?
I'm actually thinking of maybe kind of bowing out of this one, just because, I was kind of on the committee, even though not within the final decision making, but on the committee for the accountant and different things like that. Maybe just giving somebody else an opportunity to, just because there's such interest.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool. Thank you for your interest, and thank you for deciding to step out of it. That's cool too. So, having said that, so we still have 2 people that want to be in it. I would be more than happy if either or both of you guys want to make a statement and say why you want it, or do you guys, are you comfortable? Do you want to say anything?
Well, I've lived in town all my life, and I worked 35 years for the town. And I've also been a member of the Finance Committee for a few years, so I feel I get a real good feel for what they need in a town manager, and I'd like to serve on the committee.
Okay, thank you. Anybody want to ask Rick any questions? Okay. Chad, would you like a moment? Go ahead.
What I would bring is, obviously not the history that Rick has, and I have a lot of respect for that. The knowledge of, in my corporate life, what's worked for me as a CEO, what traits have worked to build good teams, and what hasn't worked. I look for that in the town manager.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions for Chad? Okay, well, I'll throw it out to a vote. All those in favor of Rick taking that position? Anyone? You gonna vote for yourself? 1, 2, you're voting for yourself? 2, 3, 4. So we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All those in favor of Chad? Okay, 3. Rick, it's your role.
Okay.
Okay,
you.
thank you, Chad, thank you, and thank you, Rick. I know either one of you would have done a fabulous job, and I'm personally very comfortable with either of you in that position and filling that role, so thank you very much. Hopefully what we'll do now is find out when they're gonna start meeting. We have to provide our committee member, and I will do that tomorrow. I'll send it to the Board of Selectmen and include everybody on, and then they should include you
Okay.
in whenever they're gonna start having their meetings.
All
Yep,
right.
all right, thank you very much.
Will they be going over that at their meeting on Monday, you think?
I believe so. I believe that's what they're, and, because they have to get an at-large member also. An at-large member for, and I don't know if anyone's gonna be watching this between now and then, an at-large member is a member of the community who
Right.
represents, the residents, so, on that board too, so. I believe they're talking about it on Monday.
Do we know, does anyone know if anything has gone out looking for an at-large member? I hadn't seen anything, but that doesn't mean that nothing's gone out, I just hadn't seen anything.
Last I heard, there's been some people that have applied for it, so I had to go out.
No, I just mean, like, do they put that in the newspaper? I
Is
can't
it a
remember what
public
they did
notice?
last time, was it a public
Yeah.
notice, is
I-
it just posted here?
I think it was in the,
Posted.
I think it was in the newspaper, and I think it's on the web also.
Okay. For the at-large member?
Right.
Okay.
And
And who,
anyone
I
that's
imagine.
interested just comes in
I-
here and,
Yeah, they just send a letter to the selectman's office.
Okay. Letter to Board of Selectmen. So if there is anybody out there that catches this between now and Monday, the 10th, at-large members anyone who's interested would contact the Board of Selectmen here at the Town Hall. Okay, excellent, very good. I just did think of another thing. Barbara, didn't they have a school committee building meeting?
yes.
School building
they
meeting? Could
did.
you give an update on that?
So the project managers have been, of course, I don't have my notes with me because I brought
I'm
the wrong
sorry.
notebook. No, that's all right.
Didn't mean to put you on the
No,
spot.
no, no,
there.
no, I had meant, but I just wanted to, so they've chosen
There's an email on it.
to manage the project. They're now looking for a designer. So it's just kind of the same process that they went through for a project manager, where they, it's put out there, companies send in their applications and the interest, and
Mhm.
then the process actually takes place in conjunction with the Massachusetts School Building Authority. Like, they are involved in that whole process of,
Even in
in the end, it's their final decision.
Oh, it is, okay. Who they would work
Yeah,
with.
you have so there's a subcommittee that's been formed for the
I'm still
school
looking.
building committee. The new school building committee now has a subcommittee formed for looking for a designer. And
Okay.
that subcommittee will meet and go over the applications that they receive, and then they will go to the meetings of the MSBA. And it sounds like you don't really get to say which one the subcommittee doesn't get to actually say, like, oh, this is who we want. It's based on a point system, or like a rating system, and the MSBA ends up choosing out of, like, you give them your 3
Okay.
top, what your ratings are, and then they decide. Because they base it on
I am listening, I'm just.
companies that they've worked with before, what they think will fit the town's needs, from having the experience of having done it before in other towns and worked with some of these companies maybe or not. So that's going on. The other thing is, there's also a communications subcommittee that they're posting on a website. They have a website where they'll be posting commonly asked questions. So people can send in questions, and they'll end up on the website. And if you keep checking the website, you'll see new information, new questions answered,
Okay.
so that people can kind of get some feedback.
I found the email I was looking at. It probably is exactly what you're saying, but the Abington School Building Committee is pleased to announce that it has retained the services of Knight, Bagg, and Anderson, KBA of
KBA.
Charlestown, Mass, as the owner's project manager, that's what you were talking about, for the upcoming school feasibility study. As the project manager, KBA will utilize its professional expertise to protect and oversee the town of Abington's interest throughout the feasibility study process, which is estimated to take 12 to 18 months. KBA and its officers have worked on and successfully completed several other local school building projects, including Whitman Hanson High School and Hingham's Middle School projects. Deb, by the way, I'll forward this to you. The Abington School Building Committee, known as ASBC, reviewed resumes and applications from 13 qualified project manager companies and held personal interviews with 5 the highest ranking finalists. The SBC's selection of KBA was then submitted to the Massachusetts School Building Authority, which ratified and approved KBA's appointment by the town, confirming its compliance with regulatory and quality standards. The 23-member ASBC, so there's 23 members on the committee that you're on, will now immediately move forward with the required designer selection process in order to solicit proposals from qualified firms to conduct Abington's feasibility study. Cost of the feasibility study was approved by the town vote in April 2012 and therefore entitled the town to receive MSBA funding to pay approximately 54% of the study's cost. By conducting the feasibility study in accordance with the MSBA guidelines, the town of Abington will also qualify itself for state school construction grant funding after the conclusion of the study. And here's this. The ASBC has also launched a new website, which is what you were talking about. That is www.asbc.us. In an effort to keep residents and taxpayers updated with the timelines, frequently asked questions, meeting notices, and other important information, for information about the school feasibility study will be available in the coming weeks. And that was from Peter Schaefer. I will forward you a copy of that. So that's the website we would want to get people up for
Yes.
that. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump on it, but I found
that's
it
good.
perfect.
Thank you, I appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank you, and thank you for that. All right, so now I think we've done pretty much everything that was on our agenda. It is a short meeting tonight, and I appreciate you guys coming. Is there anything anybody would want to bring up? I didn't check to see if we had any correspondence, but, all right, so having said that, are you guys okay with, our next, I mean, we can meet in the next, if we need to, but I would say probably our next scheduled meeting would be that, 9th of January, which is a Wednesday, 7 o'clock. You guys good with that still?
Yeah, unless something comes up with those 9C cuts before then.
If something comes up with those 9C cuts before, then we can meet. Well, based on, the normal open meeting rules, I will let you guys know, and we'll post a meeting. But,
You're talking about it cutting education too.
are they really?
That's what they said today in the news, that
I didn't catch
they
that.
were gonna,
So beyond the unrestricted local aid
right,
cuts?
cuts it, education. This, what's that, special ed, the special ed?
The chapter 70, is that what it
Yeah.
is? Yeah. All right, so, yeah, I will keep abreast of that, and I will find out what's going on, and if we have to meet
Yeah,
between now and then, we can certainly do that.
sure.
Okay, thanks, Rick. So keep your eye out for those kinds of updates. All right, so having said that, and there's nothing else I don't think that we have to do between now and then.
Motion to adjourn.
Hang on 1 second, I just wanted to, again, one more time, wanted to thank the group for getting the taxes out. Want to thank you guys for all this year of meeting, and we'll be back after the first of the year, if not before. Yeah.
Wish
Yes.
Linda Adams good luck in her retirement.
Excellent, yes, and to Linda Adams, the town clerk, who has now entered into her retirement,
Yep.
which is awesome. Next year, things to look forward to. I mean, I know we've got, Linda's got an assistant who's now taking on that role, right?
Yeah.
Because that is a role that has to be elected,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So she's got someone in the interim. I mean, obviously, next year we'll be looking at a new town manager. So we've got that stuff. A quick congratulations to the Abington Green Wave football team, who won the Super Bowl, the 2012 Super Bowl,
Yeah.
last Saturday. Undefeated team, first undefeated team since 1956, the
Right.
only one who's gone all the way to the Super Bowl undefeated.
Yeah.
So it was incredible for them, and
Great
all their coaches and their players, and
Yeah, they did
and
a
all
real
that.
good job.
Excellent job. All right, so wish you all a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that, and if we won't be back till January, we'll see you then. Now I'll take it.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? All right, great, thank you. Hang one second. Do you have a minute process before you?
Okay.